Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the various series that authors look to not be continuing, or at least not for the longest time. They might eventually continue the series. I haven't heard information where they stop for sure, but it's been so many years that I've kind of given up hope. And if they ever did manage to come out with a new one, I will be the first in line for them. The first series I want to talk about is the Hunter Chronicles by E.J. Pattern. The story is about Sky Weathers, who for the last 12 years has been raised by his parents and uncle. His uncle has been teaching him traps, puzzles, and Monster Hunter lore. What he doesn't realize is the things his uncle has been teaching him is not just a game, but is for real, until his uncle disappears and he has to team up with a bunch of local monster hunters in order to find him. The monster hunters know just about as much as him, which is unfortunate, so he has to put his knowledge to the test. It was really good. There was only 2 books. I loved them. They're probably one of my top series. I still reread it to this day and wish there was another one. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be continued. The last book came out 2013 and there has been no update since. So either he takes forever writing, which could be the case, or we're just never going to get another book in the series, which will be terrible. Another series I want to talk about is Night World by L.J. Smith. That series is about vampires, witches, and shapeshifters who all live secretly around us, but we have no idea, and their major rules are humans can never find out about them, and they can never fall in love with a human. And of course, not all of them could follow that rule. And it was just really good, and I don't even love stories that much, but it was done so well. And she had this other major plot along with it, which was getting traction, and it was super good. Unfortunately, it was another series that looks like we'll never get more on. The author, I heard recently, was diagnosed with an illness that makes it very difficult for her to write, so I understand why we might not get another one, even though I am sad about it. The last book came out 1998, so it looks like we'll probably never get another volume. But if we do, great. Another series I want to talk about is the Golden Hour series by Maiya Williams. This series was fantastic. It's not what I expected when I first read it, because the summary was so vague, and unfortunately I'm going to have to be vague for you guys just in case you do want to check it out. The story is about Rowan and Nina, 2 siblings who visit their aunts in this small town. They end up exploring this old, mysterious hotel that only comes alive at night, along with these twins that live there. Nina ends up disappearing, and both Rowan and the twins have to go and find her. It was really good and unexpected, and the 3rd book left it on a huge cliffhanger. And it just looks like she's never going to come back and write more. In fact, I think I saw somewhere in a review at one point that they heard from the author that she just planned on not continuing the series at all, which is unfortunate, but this is unconfirmed. I'm not for sure on this, but it's possible. The last book came out 2007, so chances are we'll never get another book. Rather unfortunate. The next book series I want to talk about is The Lost Journals of Van Polypheme by Elizabeth Haydon. Probably pronouncing the name wrong, sorry, I'm not really good with names. This series is about Ven, who is a ship maker along with his family, and they're insistent on him becoming a shipbuilder like them, but he's always wanted to go on journeys, sail across the world and explore and do magical quests, but it seems like he's forever stuck doing the family business until, while he's testing out a ship, he gets attacked by pirates and ends up stranded on the ocean. And that's as much as I'm going to give you. If you want to check it out, go ahead and look it up. I don't want to give anything else away. It's really good. There was 4 books in the series. It didn't end necessarily in a cliffhanger. It was more like there were so many little side plot stories and she was building up to something only for her to stop. And it wasn't like she gave it an ending or not an ending. Each book is almost like its own adventures, but it builds on each other. And she just stopped after the last book. And considering how many years it's been, I don't think she's going to continue, but she might later on. I don't know. But I'm kind of giving up hope. The next book series I want to talk about, which isn't really a book series, and it's considered my top. Unfortunate that it's never going to continue, as it were, because it's amazing, is X 1999. It's a manga series made by Clamp, and it only had 18 volumes, and it was so good. Basically, Kamui comes back to Tokyo after 6 years, and he has to make a world-changing decision between the dragons of heaven and dragons of earth, which this decision will affect the fate of the world, and whether he likes it or not, he has to participate in the battle. It's really good. I can't emphasize that enough. Clamp is a really good storyteller. It's probably one of my favorite manga creators. They have a way of creating these worlds that are just so interesting, and they have each story just be so riveting. But Clamp is notorious for starting really good series and never finishing them. They've done this one and Clover. Oh my god, Clover. And then there was another one, I think Legal Drug. They recently restarted that one, which was a huge surprise. But I think they stopped again. But maybe they'll continue it. And that's why I'm not losing complete hope that X will never be finished, because it might. I mean, I didn't expect them to create more volumes for Tabas or start Cardcaptor Sakura again. So, I mean, it's possible. It's been so long and I'm starting to give up hope. The last manga came out, well, the last chapter that was published in a magazine came out 2003. So, yeah, like 18 years. And it was a cliffhanger. It's always cliffhangers. I wish so badly that they had finished it, or that they'll decide to finish it. Now, the reason I chose these stories I have, because I've actually read more books that haven't been continued, because apparently I am a magnet for series that don't get finished, is I decided not to put Game of Thrones because the author is still working on it, and he still talks about finishing the series, and I feel like he's so popular that he'll feel at least pressured into finishing it. Not that I believe that an author should be pressured in any way, but it unfortunately kind of too late for that, so... Anyways, that was my top rated series that are currently under hiatus or will just never be finished. And if any of you guys have series like that, feel free to comment below and let me know. I'm kind of curious how many people also have been dealing with the same problems, if anyone else is a magnet for these type of series, as it were. So yeah. Also, I'm kind of a glutton for punishment, so I might want to read them just to see what kind of cliffhangers those authors have left us on. So thank you for watching.